Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Hold on tight because what we're hearing right now is nothing short of a seismic shift in the NFL landscape, particularly for the Steelers. Rumor has it that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are seriously considering trading Tristan Wirfs, one of the league's most coveted offensive tackles, to the Steelers in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2027 draft. That's right, a future first-rounder. Imagine that. The Bucs are reportedly facing a cap crunch, and with their season not shaping up as they hoped, just one too early on, they're exploring options to rebuild their offensive line, which has been a bit leaky this year. The Steelers, on the other hand, are in a prime position to capitalize on this opportunity, especially with their current struggles on the offensive line, allowing an average of 3.5 sacks per game, which is far from ideal for a team with Super Bowl ambitions. Now, let's take a moment to really appreciate what Tristan Wirfs brings to the table. The guy is a rock, an anchor in the trenches. His career has been nothing short of impressive, 90 starts with a PFF pass blocking grade of 88. 4 and a run blocking grade of 85. 2, he's allowed just 12 sacks and 85 pressures over his career, which translates to a pressure rate of about 4.2%. That's elite protection, folks. And if you look at his recent form, especially in 2025 midseason, Wirfs has been outstanding, playing 11 games with 0 sacks allowed, just 8 pressures, and a PFF grade of 89. He's been healthy all year, no injuries to report, which is huge when considering a trade like this. It's clear that Wirfs is a game changer, a guy who can solidify any offensive line and instantly elevate the run game and pass protection. Why is this such a big deal for the Steelers? Well, first off, we all know how much the offensive line has been a sore spot for Pittsburgh over the past few seasons. Sure, they've had moments of brilliance, but consistency has eluded them, and with the current stat line, allowing 3.5 sacks per game, it's clear that upgrading that unit is a top priority. Bringing in a talent like Wirfs would be a game changer, a true franchise cornerstone who can anchor the line for years to come. Think about it. If the Steelers can land Wirfs, it's like hitting the jackpot. They'd be adding a player with the mentality and skill set that reminds many of Marshall Yanda during his prime with the Ravens. Wirfs, in many ways, could be the piece that transforms Pittsburgh's offense from good to great, especially as they push toward a Super Bowl. Speaking of Super Bowls, the current odds for the Steelers to win it all have shifted a bit, now sitting at plus 6,000, up from plus 1,000. That's a notable jump, and it's because of the potential upgrade on the offensive line. A player of Wirfs' caliber could boost the team's overall efficiency by around 17%, especially in the playoffs when protection and run game are critical. Pittsburgh has been historically strong in these areas, and adding Wirfs could be the push they need to finally get over the hump. His ability to provide elite pass protection, plus his run-blocking prowess, means Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren would get even more room to operate. Plus, with Kenny Pickett continuing to develop, a stronger offensive line could unlock even more of his potential. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here. The Buccaneers are in a rebuild mode and will likely prioritize cap space and draft capital this offseason. Trading Wirfs, who is just entering his prime, might seem risky, but it makes sense for Tampa Bay. They're looking at a cap hit of around $5 million this year, but with a projected cap savings of about $13. $5 million if they move him, and with other priorities like re-signing or trading players like Mayfield, they're trying to reset and rebuild. The trade would be a strategic move, allowing them to accumulate draft capital and rebuild the trenches from scratch, much like the Saints did with the Thomas trade, which boosted their run game significantly. For the Steelers, the opportunity to acquire Wirfs isn't just about fixing a weakness. It's about establishing a foundation that can sustain success for years. Pittsburgh's front office has shown a willingness to be aggressive in recent years, whether through draft picks or free agency, and this move would fit right into that philosophy. The Steelers are in a unique position. Cap space is limited at just $2.8 million right now, but restructuring contracts like that of James Pierre or others could free up additional room. The team's current roster is talented, but they need that extra push, and Wirfs could give them just that. His presence on the offensive line would immediately improve sack rates, create more running lanes, and give Kenny Pickett the protection he needs to take the next step. And let's not forget, adding Wirfs would send a clear message to the AFC North and the rest of the league. Pittsburgh has been known for their tough, physical play, and bringing in a player like Wirfs would only amplify that identity. It's about building a team that's not just good enough, but ready to contend and win now. With the right adjustments, the Steelers could challenge the best in the conference and make a deep playoff run. The AFC is loaded, but with a dominant offensive line, Pittsburgh's offense could become one of the most feared units in the league. Now, in terms of the game plan, if this trade goes through, expect to see the Steelers focus heavily on protecting Kenny Pickett and establishing a strong running game early in the season. The combination of Wirfs, elite blocking skills, and Pittsburgh's talented skill players could reignite their offensive identity and make them more unpredictable. Plus, with a revamped line, the defense would get some breathing room. Less pressure on the front 7 means more time to pin their ears back and get after the quarterback. It's a holistic upgrade that touches every facet of their game. Of course, the trade isn't guaranteed, and there are hurdles, mainly the draft capital and cap considerations. But if the Bucs are serious about moving Wirfs, and the Steelers are as interested as reports suggest, this could be one of the most exciting moves of the offseason. The NFL is all about opportunity, and sometimes a single trade can change the trajectory of a franchise. For the Steelers, this could be that moment, a chance to finally put their offensive line troubles behind them and build a team capable of competing for championships. So, Steelers fans, keep your eyes peeled. This deal could come together faster than you think, and if it does, it'll be a game changer. The Steelers are on the cusp of something special, and adding a player like Tristan Wirfs would be a statement of intent. It's about building a team that can sustain success, compete at the highest level, and bring another Lombardi trophy back to Pittsburgh. That's the kind of bold move that can propel this franchise into a new era of dominance. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster trade? Do you think Wirfs is the missing piece to bring Pittsburgh back to Super Bowl glory? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Steelers news. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and you don't want to miss a single detail. Thanks for being here, and as always, let's go Steelers.